Hello and welcome. Give me a moment to get everything set up. Hello and welcome. I really do need to figure out a better way to do this. Okay. So, let's see, last time... Okay, let's get over here. So, as I was saying, last time we went to the... what is this? Yeah, the Degassi habitats at the 250 and the 500. Oh, that was right. One of the things we were supposed to be building... Let's go ahead and grab my habitat builder. We might have room down here. So we were going to build a multi-purpose room. Okay, so it looks like we're just going to have to shove this one to the side somewhere. That could work. Okay, so I need 6 titanium. I was about to be like, I think I need more titanium, but no, it looks like I'm fine. Okay. Although, I think I'm going to need some enameled glass. Because inside we're going to build... Oh, I guess just glass and titanium. So, quartz, mostly. Gonna need 10 quartz. And what was that? 2 titanium. And let's just go ahead and grab some eggs. We'll grab these 2 big ones. Just because they're big and it will make a lot of room. Because these are going to be our first babies. Okay. Oh, needed to make it glass. I should definitely probably separate the fabricator from that set, because that one has all the power being used for the water purification. Let's see, that was the 5, right? Okay. So yeah, like that, all the power in this one seems to go to the water filtration systems. So even though I filled up this thing with a bunch of gel sacks, it's using up the water, or the power, almost as fast as I can build it. I also have my chargers in here, and those don't help for power consumption. And this one's almost at water. Go. So, as I was saying, let's go ahead and build this.
Aquariums provide an ideal opportunity to study alien fauna up close. Select carefully which life forms you bring on board. They may also be studying you.
Now how do I get into this? Okay, add a hatch for entry. Probably should have read that first. So that's a piece of metal and a piece of quartz. Can we come in from the bottom? That'd make things a lot easier. Oh, just put a hatch on the side of it? Okay then. I was thinking you had to put it on top, but this works just as fine. Okay, that's working fine. And I just dropped off a bunch of salt here because I don't need it right now. I'm actually a little curious to see how long it takes to despawn. But okay, so do we just drop these off in here, or not exactly sure what, if I'm supposed to put any plants in here to feed these or what. Also, I could have sworn I put 2 eggs in here. Where'd they go? Oh, there it is. Okay. No scanning. Okay. Actually, I should be able to put these in here, right? These are healthy and nutritious. I can't believe I just fucked up nutritious. The fuck did I just try to pronounce? Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
We'll drop that off. And let's see here. Now, back to what we were saying. So,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Last time we made it down to 500 meters, or the 500 meter base, and I think we're going to go ahead and go back there and see if there's anything we might have missed. Okay, so we're heading towards the floating island because it should be directly below the floating island. I'll make it orange so we can see it. Nope, that's Life Pod 2. Have I been to Life Pod 2? I don't know. We'll just keep that up. Gossi base at 500. Because I believe where we need to... Actually, before we do anything else, let me give myself a self-scan, because I don't think I've done it recently. It doesn't seem like it's told me anything else. Okay, so... Ooh, radio. Shit. Very fortuitous of us. So as I was saying, I believe what we're supposed to do is have like a mission to tell us to go to one of the other alien bases.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
This might actually be it.
Patrol. New targets unaccounted for. 1.
That didn't give us anything, did it? Cyclops shields, nuclear waste, and there's one other new thing. Okay, then I guess I'm blind? Probably just blind. We can deal with that later. So, let's see. Yeah, I believe we gotta go to the alien base next. And I think the next alien base is the one that's inside of the, like, underwater river. I am not sure what these biomes are named, actually. It's one of the sad things, like, if I watch somebody who actually played the game a lot, they'd be like, yeah, and this biome is named this, and this biome is named this, and why is my ship injured? Damn sharks. I should be near the mountain island. Oh, I'm not actually that close to the mountain island. Huh. I was thinking I was near the mountain island because of those things. Then again, I guess that's literally what's holding up the floating island, so they're pretty much all over the place. Hello, Gus. Oh yeah, that's right. The little red crystal things. I need to pick up a handful of those on my way back. Because they make a chemical that I don't have yet. If I remember right, mixing those with, I think, creepvine allows me to make a new type of material. Okay, yeah, I was here and got everything out of it. So how's your week been so far? Did you ever get your grade back on that paper or the English paper you had to do? That's good. Well, alcohol's fun sometimes. Just make sure you don't go overboard. I don't know. That's kind of a tricky one, because I mean, I come from the generation where my mom, like, would still use whiskey when I was, like, a baby, when I was teething. So, like, I was drinking in some capacity from, like, a very, very young age. I've never really liked the taste of beer, and, like, because I didn't like it, I'd have, like, uncles and stuff that would almost always be, like, trying to get me to be like, oh, well, this one tastes different, why don't you give it a try, type thing. But I think I started drinking, like, actually picking up and finishing drinks probably around, like, 12 or 13.
This alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor. Detecting an alien broadcast. Linguistic analysis reads, "Caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within."
Well, 14's not too bad. The main thing with drinking is learning what you like and learning your limits. It's like when I was growing up, because I'd started being able to and being allowed to drink at a decently young age. When all my friends in school and stuff started drinking, it was kind of funny because, well, a lot of them were drinking in a, like, oh, well, this is something I'm not allowed to do type capacity, so they were drinking way too much, way too fast, and mixing a lot of stupid stuff. Actually, I remember, like, one friend was, like, doing a lot of, like, he'd mix basically everything together just to try to get alcohol, and, like, I mean, you're just making it taste like crap. But I know as I've grown, I've become whenever I'm drinking liquor, I pretty much only drink, like, vodka. And whenever if I can't drink vodka, I normally go for wines. But I'm also a sipper, so, like, I'll nurse a drink, like, all night, where I'll have friends who will, like, try to go and take 3 or 4 shots at a time and try to get as drunk as possible. Although it's always funny, because they'll come and they'll be drinking, and they'll try to talk about how I'm drinking less than them, and then at the end of the day, I'll be like, oh yeah, I drank this entire bottle, and then half of this bottle, and they're like, oh, well, I had like a quarter of this bottle. Because they'll drink so fast they get drunk and can't drink anymore, where I'll just be nursing all night, so I can just kind of keep drinking, and I don't have to stop. Could have sworn there was a way into... where's my ship? Could have sworn there was a way into the thing. Let's get away from the warper before it actually gets me dead. I wouldn't say it's a way to stop from being drunk, but it stops you from being, like, super drunk, and it also just allows you to enjoy it more. Because if you go through and you down, like, a bunch of shots, you'll get to the point where you'll either be so drunk you don't want to drink, or you'll be so drunk that you want to keep drinking, and you're just going to end up getting sick. Whereas if you drink it slowly and take your time with it, you kind of get a little bit of a buzz, but you don't get so out of it that you're out of your mind. Like, you're too far to want to, or to be able to drive or anything, but you're still going to be sober enough to be able to function generally. It's also hilarious when you have a bunch of friends who are trying to do stupid things because they're drunk enough to think that they have superpowers. Like, obviously not actual superpowers, but I had one friend who got so drunk he decided to take a nap in a bathtub. And then another friend tried to pull him out of the bathtub by himself. And without going into too much detail on the two guys, the one who was asleep in the bathtub weighed about 200 pounds. I think that's about 100 kilograms. And the one who was pulling him out was about 80 pounds. So probably about 40 kilograms. So, like, even less than half of his weight, and he was trying to pull him out of the bathtub. And he ended up, like, hurting his back, and it actually caused a lot of problems. And it was just kind of one of those, like, okay, well, you were drunk enough to think that was a good idea. Let's see.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
I'd say the only real big thing with the breath is eating a lot of fatty foods, like greasy hot dogs or like greasy cheeseburgers type thing. Because mints usually don't do it. Like mouthwash can, kind of, depending on how much you've had, because a lot of mouthwashes also have alcohol in it, so it kind of mixes. But yeah, that's kind of one of those hard ones, because for the most part, like if you're wanting like, oh, not to smell like whiskey or something, then you just don't drink whiskey. If you drink like a wine, kind of smells like fruit juice, or yeah, but it's like wine smells kind of juicy and vodka smells kind of normal. The big thing is that, come on, Reginald, when you're drinking, it's not the smell of the actual alcohol that most people will be able to smell on you. It's the smell of, or I mean, yeah, it's not the smell of the drink. It's the smell of the actual alcohol in the drink that people are smelling. And alcohol, like, is just going to be there. Do you know what you're going to be drinking? Like, if it's going to be a liquor or a beer or... Let's see. Well, for liquors, like it's gonna sound kind of girly, but if you can get it kind of as a fruity drink, mixing in like, it's one of those things. I'm not like, drinks are probably a little bit different over there. Just oh nope, that's right, too deep.
Hull damage imminent.
But I think Gatorade and Powerade are still over there. So if you have something like a clear liquor, mixing it with like something like that, like a sports drink, probably might help. But again, the main problem is the alcohol, and getting alcohol off your breath is kind of one of those, like, fatty foods will get rid of it, but not a lot really will. And it is very noticeable if you know what you're looking for. Was there a giant door there the whole time and I just missed it? Okay. Have fun and enjoy your meal.
Interior walls in this section are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within.
Okay,
Whatever
this
their
is
intention,
purple tablets.
it clearly failed.
Thanks. And good luck with your training, too. Let's see here. Nothing in here of note. more ion cubes are going to be great. Get some of these remains.
Residual biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study. Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution. Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
Okay, here's why I needed to do that secondary self-scan.
Self-scan complete. Bacterial infection has spread to the skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to data bank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection.
Okay, so good news, bad news. I think we've gotten everything out of here that we need, which is good news. Bad news, we're gonna have to come back here to get in there. And we might actually need that now that I say that out loud, but come here. I want to scan you. I don't know what you are. Okay, so I don't want to eat you. Get a drink of water. I think I have one more in my inventory, right? And we don't have to... Let's go ahead and eat Reginald before it rots.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and return to the Aurora. No, not the Aurora. We need to go back home. And now I'm forgetting how we got here. There is the beacon at 500 meters. We'll go ahead and make that nice and orange so we can see it. Oh, that's not helping. Okay, this is all looking familiar now. So we're going to shoot straight past the fossil. And I believe down that tunnel right there should lead us straight to the skull. And once we get to the skull, we can work... Yeah, we'll be close enough to the pod to get out. Okay, this is the raised birthing tree, I think. Did I choose the wrong direction? Either way, I don't want to scan this. Okay, so...
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
We're going deeper, not shallower. Okay, so as I was saying, gonna want to hit the life pod. Grab a purple tablet. You might as well hit the cannon island, I guess. We do have a couple of ion cubes. I still think it's outrageous that this is the fastest vehicle in the game. Seems so slow. Then again, I've also been playing like a lot of Minecraft, and Minecraft you get super slow. Like, you can kind of speed things up a little bit with the minecart, and like in the end game you can use the fireworks and
Terrain
the...
scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
Okay. Let's get away from the Leviathan. Oh, did I already scan the? Pretty sure we screwed up and went the wrong way again. Hey, look, it's the crab squids. Okay, so those are sand shark eggs that I put in there. I don't know what that means. Like, I get that it means that I raise some, or I catch some baby sand sharks, but I don't know what I can do with those. Okay, we've exited one biome. We've re-entered the whatever this is biome. While we're here, pick up a couple of blood oils. These things are huge and take up a ton of space. Okay. What are these? I have a bad feeling I'm shoving my face up this thing's butt.
On the seafloor suggests this may be the migration path of a huge, bottom-dwelling life form.
Okay, so basically just want to surface at the moment. spooked myself. I thought the head of my submarine was a man, I ended up really far out. But yeah, I thought that the top of my submarine, where the compass is, was a rock that I was about to hit once I saw the water. It's kind of funny. There's a phobia for like really deep water, like being able to look down and not see the bottom of the water, and the fear of like creatures and stuff that are in said deep water. Although I saw that thing when I booped. Good thing it didn't see me.
Leviathan class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
Welcome back. I don't know how far the delay is. You might have saw me just have a heart attack when I pinged the radar and I saw a Leviathan. I think it was actually a Reaper right behind me. Well, that's good. And you said it was basketball, right? I'm not seeing any like way to get into this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep heading back home. So when you go to basketball training, is it like the whole team doing a practice, or do you have like a coach or something that you go to for one-on-one instructions?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Nope, didn't want to get back in it.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Systems online.
Not really. Like, there are some drinks that have cinnamon in it that, like, that's the whole idea, is that, well, the cinnamon will help, but in my experience, it's never really been a real big help.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So you can't use that. I did use this a bit. And I definitely used this. drank a couple of bottles of water, and I had a couple of fish. Actually, I think I only ate one fish. But let's go ahead. Actually, I think I'm going to just replace both of those with water, because the fish, you can, like, pretty much just get food anywhere. But yeah, as I said, like, when it comes to, like, trying to hide alcohol breath, I think the best thing, in my experience, is to just, like, eat really greasy food, like cheeseburgers or something like that. Because that just seems to always be the best way to at least get the smell to go away. See, an ion cube to power that portal, purple tablet to open up the door, we'll get a grav lift to help us catch some peaks real quick. Yeah. Well, I don't know what region. Well, that's a tiny fish. I don't know what, like, your fast food looks like, but, if you have, like, a Burger King or a McDonald's type restaurant, you could probably grab, like, a couple of burgers and just kind of let them chill. Because, like, you're not eating them for the food, you're eating them just to kind of get the grease. So, like, even if you let them, like, get cold and then reheat them in the microwave, it's not exactly the tastiest thing, but it would definitely get the grease and the job done. Like, that point, even like some eggs, if you fry up some eggs and leave them in some like, leave them in a lot of grease, because yeah, it's mostly just the grease. It's more of a most of it thing, and it's less of it gets it and more of it kind of covers it up. It's kind of like that skunk. If you ever get sprayed by a skunk, you're supposed to bathe in tomato juice. Because the tomato juice doesn't neutralize the smell of the skunk, it just hides the smell of the skunk, because the tomato is a stronger smell. It's also a much more pleasant smell, but the grease... One, the grease will also soak up in your stomach and try and help you not get quite as drunk. But yeah, a lot of what the grease does is just... cover up the alcohol. There's something to do with it binding to the alcohol molecules, but like, I'm not exactly sure how all that works, so I don't want to start saying what all it does without knowing what I'm talking about. Let's see, we'll get some water, cook up some these other fish. Yeah, anything that, like, anything you do that lowers the amount of alcohol you're drinking at one time will definitely help with it. Like, I don't want to say so much that it's that the tea or any other drink would spread out the alcohol too much, but like if you're drinking if you're drinking tea or soda or water while you're drinking alcohol, you will take in less alcohol, which means that you won't be as, or you won't have as much alcohol present to cover up. Wait, I want those medkits. Let's see, we have baby sharks. Let's see what happens if we drop off a couple of other fish. Dropping everything. That probably will not end well, but
Welcome aboard, Captain.
talk to you later, man. Thanks, and good luck with your training. Although, wow, I definitely started streaming late. So it's already 10:30. Okay, so first off, we're going to hit up the mountain island and activate the teleporter, and that'll drop us over to the floating island, and then we'll just swim back home. Luckily, this thing, I think I was told this thing moves at like 10 meters a second, so The islands are roughly like 1,000 meters from the life pod that you start on. Nope, we've already come this way. We screwed up that time. Yeah, because, like, oh, where I am now, I'm about 200 meters from the main bulk of this island, and so that's 1,000 meters away, and I'm also 2,000 meters away from the other island. So it'd definitely be safe to say that the islands are 1,000 meters away. Oh, and I also have a sand shark to let go. Did he just grow up into a full-size sand shark that fast? Kinda curious if, like, I can just populate a bunch of predators in an area where there aren't normally a bunch of predators. Like, for example, if, I could put, like, a bunch of... Man, my guy looks like a creep. I don't know, bone sharks next to my life pod, if my life pod would start spawning bone sharks. Or not spawning, but like just become a home for bone sharks, and there'd just be bone sharks everywhere. Because some things do seem to be basically permanent. For example, I threw this little balloon, or this floater, at this peep, like, I want to say, like, on the first day, like, the first time I came to this island, I threw that at him, and, like, he's still stuck to it, so... Anyway. We want to follow the alien lights a bit. Wish I could put a clock on my timer, or on my HUD. Because, like, you have, like, the compass, you have your depth gauge. A clock would be really nice there. Okay. So we're going to come here, and we're going to insert an ion cube. And we activate the portal that we jumped through. Okay. What just hit me? Am I on the wrong side? I think I was on the wrong side. Okay. That's good. So, now that we're through the portal, we can come out here. And as you can see, we're now at the lagoon on the floating island. I think that's what this thing's called, right? And then we just go on back home. So yeah, 10 meters a second at about 1,000 meters, that's 100 seconds, so we have about 2 minutes of waiting. That's not too big a deal. We could actually, with our tank, we could probably do the entire thing underwater because you do move faster underwater. Ironically enough. And we have like 200 seconds of being underwater at high range. Okay, so we need to go back down to that alien research station and get that final piece of information. I don't think we actually need to. That's just kind of a not a bad idea of a thing to do. There's also a thermal jet somewhere around here that I need to figure out where it is. Because when I was farming, I ended up like swimming right into it, and that would be really useful. Because I can start hooking up thermal power to these things. Should have just paid more attention to where it was. Maybe set a marker or something down. Anyway.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's charge this. And have some lunch. And it's off we go.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Systems online.
So, we're going to go back to the life pod at 500 meters. And I know we haven't done a lot this session, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call it after we get here. Like after we grab this and then get back. I ended up missing the last 2 days because I was a bit under the weather. And you can probably hear I'm a little more nasally than usual. Which is kind of funny because I'm usually a little bit nasally due to the environment I grew up in. Come from the Dust Belt. It's always dusty and windy, and just kind of always makes you have, like, pretty much everybody have sinus problems. Oh, I need my repair tool back. So I've apparently hit some things. Is there anything in here I needed? Battery charger fragment. I don't need it, but nice to know it's here. Don't bite my boat, man. You're a tiny little fish. It moves faster than you breathe. Okay, so there's our boat, and we're going deeper. Here. I think we're safe for the moment. I should have brought another power cell. That's one thing I need to start doing. Okay, so with benzene I can make synthetic fibers. I think I need to make a synthetic fiber to figure out what I can build with synthetic fibers. For the most part. Unless it's something I already have a recipe in. And for prawn suit I need plasteel. And an I think that's all I need. I think I actually have what I need to make... Yeah, I have what I need to make a prawn. I'm just not making a prawn right now. But, okay, for a Cyclops, I still don't have it. I just have the engine. So I need to find Cyclops parts. I'm just not sure where I would look for Cyclops parts, because... like, I'm probably gonna have to start heading, or head back to the Degassi base and look around there. Because I can only imagine that that's probably the best place I have to look for something like that. I'm trying to skirt around that Leviathan because I let it get way too close to me for comfort. Okay, I just have to remember that it's towards this dragon's butt. So... oh, yeah, that's where I went. I should have went that way. Okay. And if that damn beacon would have actually shown up, it might have showed up and I just might have been looking the wrong direction. But if that beacon would have actually just shown the fuck up, I would have gone straight the right way because it was pointing me straight the right way. That sad moment when you were justified the whole time. And you're like, I don't want to get angry. I don't think I'm in the right to be angry. Something else must have happened. Nope, I was right the whole time. Fuck y'all. I mean, I'm the y'all in that situation, but, like, still. Justified outrage. And I think I need to give you a top off. Yep. You should be, like...
New creature discovered.
You should be able to take a new creature, if it's in your inventory, and just instantly kill it with your knife, if you have a knife. Can I scan it? Nope, I can't scan it if it's been cooked. I guess that's a benefit of the normal knife, is you can just stab a bitch and not have to worry about it. Okay. That'll lower the shield and...
Integrating new PDA data.
No, it doesn't really seem like it's given me anything. But yeah, as I was saying, like... the spine fish, or like normal small fish that you can like eat, if you kill them with the normal knife, you can scan them because they're just dead. But if you kill them with the fire knife, you cook their asses, and you can't scan cooked food. For some weird reason. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just one of those, like... I mean... what if the only thing I'm being served is chicken? Like, if they're serving me chicken and I don't know what a chicken is, I should be able to learn what a chicken is from a chicken dish. See, there's some uranite. Do I have what I need to be able to make a nuclear engine? Nope. I do not have a nuclear reactor yet. Okay, so I've learned what a bunch of my eggs is. So now we're just gonna go ahead and pop out, head back to base, maybe check out some of these fish, and call it. So, let's see. Next, I have to get a Cyclops, because I don't think there's anything I can do till I can go deeper. And yeah, I mostly just need to go deeper at this point, I think. I'm trying to think if there's what else I need to do, but if I can get down to the like lava layer, then that's a hard one. Like, yeah, if I can get down to the lava layer, then I can maybe start building a base around it. And once I have a base up around that layer, I can like a nice little thermal base, and then I can set up some power outlets so I can charge my Cyclops while I'm down there, and make everything all nice and pretty. Actually, probably won't make anything nice and pretty, just probably a couple of multi-purpose rooms filled with like baldo trees and anyway. One thing I do like about this radar is it allows you to see things that are, one, just outside of your sight, but also, like, that might be blending in. It doesn't allow you to see the sand sharks under the sand, though. Okay, so... yeah, we have to... oh, Cyclops. We need to find Cyclops parts. And... well, I think that just means going to deep water. Like, I think in order to find a Cyclops, we just need to get into crashes near deep water that might have Cyclops. Or, yeah, water deep enough that a Cyclops would have been useful. So, yeah, we can try that 500 Degassi base again. But... I still think this is an issue for the mobile vehicle bay, right? Because this thing builds fucking rockets. It probably also builds the Cyclops. Yeah, vehicle, Cyclops, prawn. Just need to figure out what we can do. Okay. Okay, so... I don't know why I'm wasting my Sea Glide battery, but... I mean, I have unlimited battery at this point, so it's not a waste, I guess. But we got 2 of these, we got 2 of these.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
This thing seems to be running out now, though. Throw the rest of that into here. And we can now make some fiber mesh, and from fiber mesh we can make some synthetic material. Is that a science? And then I guess this is like, hey, you could have cooked spinefish and then cured spinefish. Okay, so now what can I do with synthetic material? Spinefish, spinefish. Nothing? I was hoping it would tell me something. Come on. Repair tool. Doesn't need it. Sea glide doesn't actually even need it. Anything we can build here. Nope. So yeah, I guess the majority of the stuff we have to do is going to involve us getting a Cyclops so that we can go deeper. Orange tablet, and... okay then. Where did I put my power supply? We'll just throw these into the charger so the power cell charger is full and we have power cells there. And yeah, so as I said, cuttlefish, we'll get you, and you. Most of these things I don't mind letting loose nearby. Is there any fish we don't know what is, though? Okay. I do not know what I'm going to do with a crash fish. I definitely don't want to just let that thing go outside. I want to risk it blowing me up. So, peeper without eyes. Does that mean eye raised? Or that's one eye raised? Huh. I don't know. So, as I was saying, we've done a lot, but we haven't progressed the story that much. We do know that we are sicker. And, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and kill this here, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful day.